on the court and kind of stretched out a little bit in their scrimmage last night, and so it tightened up on them a little bit. So we didn't want to do anything to take any chances.
What's impressed you most about what you saw him last night? Just in
His court intelligence, vision, competitiveness. I thought he had a chance, to be pretty good defensively. I think he's really got a chance to be really, really good defensively, and just has really good instincts. And he's a guy that, when you start playing in games, you start playing full court, his game steps up even more.
How do you view summer league this year? I know last year was kind of to build rotation players, with your young guys. Now these young guys are your rotation players. Just talk about just the focus of the summer
Well, I think
league.
still we still have to go through development of player individual skills. That's what your summertime is for. So, and for this, as much as anything, is to give John and Book and those guys give those guys a lot of good time and see where they're at and see if those guys are guys that are going to be somewhat rotation. So I mean, hopefully JaVale will keep on building. For him, his big thing is going to be to work on his rebounding, defensive take rebounding. Nick's here right now, and Al, just more than anything else, just to have a good situation to work them out and get them kind of comfortable and give them a good gauge of where they're at halfway through the summer.
Last year you had a surprise visit from Andre in summer league. Are you expecting maybe Al or Nick to maybe make
I don't know. We have to wait and see. I think that to them, what they're doing now is probably as good as anything. So we'll see. Maybe Nick might play a game or two. I don't know that. We haven't really pushed the issue at this point.
You talked about JaVale a little bit. I mean, last year you really got on the radar with some defensive performances and lots of blocks. Can you just talk about the emphasis this year?
Say emphasis defensive rebounding. I think that's something because he's gonna. I mean, if we can defensive rebound as a team, we can be pretty good because John is so good in the open floor and has such great speed. So just defensive rebounding for him and just playing, learning to play good team basketball.
JaVale last year he was the starter for a lot, and then he sort of found maybe a better rhythm coming off the bench.
Yeah. Well, that was just I think that's as much from a strength standpoint that going against main type centers, he's not as strong as some of those guys, and so he gets pushed around. And what happens is you get in foul trouble so quick, and so it would take him right out of his game. So, but he's going to have to learn to play at our level and be able to play as far as from the beginning.
Is that something you think he can develop this summer?
He's going to have to.
Okay.
He's going to have to.
There's going to be so many people watching this, with #1 pick, first NBA action of any sort. Do you think you'll talk to him at all about kind of not trying to go crazy and not trying to do too much out there?
No, I think he's got a good temperament on things. I think that's what's impressive about him. I mean, we'll talk constantly about you almost have to, like even in scrimmage, you almost have to tell him at times. He's very unselfish. He'll set other guys up to make sure that some of the things that he does so well as far as creating for himself, that he continues to do those things.
How many guys might you take, you think, to Vegas?
I don't know, 12, 13 probably.
And any concern that Jonathan could linger into that?
I don't think so. You never know, who knows. But you always be a little bit more cautious than anything out of us.
Coach, yesterday Ernie mentioned that you guys might be looking for a small forward or even a big man. Are those positions you might fill with more veteran players who can come kind of show the young kids how to do it? Or
I think at this point right now we've got a lot of young players, and so I think that we're probably more geared right now looking, more veteran mentoring type players to mentor our younger players.
Thanks, Coach.